Benji, we're speeding. What's up? Howdy.
What's up?
Cinco de Mayo, we made it through.
We made it.
We made it through. True story today. I was having coffee. I met a friend for some coffee and some work. Someone got off their bike and saw me and came into the place and asked if you and I were recording tonight. True story, dude.
We got like
We
3 views of video at
and
most.
and what are the odds? What are the odds that I ran into someone? But we have we don't have a lot of views, it's true, but we have a fiercely loyal viewership, you
Of
know?
one person?
I think we're up to six people. I think there's
Oh,
six
really?
people. Yeah, I mean, and our numbers are growing, our numbers are definitely growing. You only want them to go one way.
I really embrace the grassroots of it all because, yeah, I tried a podcast once and I feel like I tried too hard. And I was like, me. And then I once had a podcast with a friend and he didn't embrace the grassroots of it all. And I thought we could have had something, but he gave up. So the fact that we're just like on YouTube, keeping it chill, I'm like, yeah, yeah, this
Recording on
feels right. It
Zoom.
feels right.
I am truly, I will say this, if nothing else, I'm really enjoying the baseball season so far. I'm enjoying this baseball season more than I've enjoyed previous baseball seasons. So, great.
Same. There's a lot going on.
I'm making some really bad decisions in one of my fantasy leagues, and I'm really upset about it. And let me say, I'm just being totally candid with you. Like, I think I'm a pretty good fantasy baseball player. I've won. I do. I think, and I made a trade that's really bothering me. We don't have to talk about it much, but like, I traded a position player who was exciting for pitching. I traded Jack
Just say who
Wilson for
say say.
I traded Jack Wilson for Emilio Pagan.
I don't think that's bad.
I'm having thanks,
I'll
thanks.
tell you this.
He's
I've been in that situation where you're like, I need saves, and if I don't do something about it, it's gonna cost me. And sometimes you got to take that swing, and it's risky. But like, if Emilio Pagan gets you saves, it's like,
and he is the closer. He is, and like Alexis Diaz is nowhere to be found. Like, and I think the Reds are going to win some ball games. I mean, but position players are at such a premium, and it's a saves holds league, and there are so many guys who can fucking just get up
oh, it's
there.
a saves holds league. Oh, that's different. But still,
Thanks,
how good is
dude.
Jack Wilson?
Dude, Jack Wilson. You're watching the Athletics tonight. That guy is hitting 330 something. Like
Oh,
I don't.
yes.
Yeah,
We'll
but
see if
I
it
don't think
lasts.
exactly. I think there's going to be tape on him. You know, it'll stink if he stays at the top of the order. He's not hitting at the top of the order. And I really, if he were consistently hitting one in the top one or two, it's different for me than when you're hitting six, seven, eight. I'm just not as interested in you. And he's kind of going back and forth. And,
Mhm.
I'm into Javi Baez. Javi Baez is a shortstop. I picked him up for nothing and he is red hot. And I'm into it.
Yeah, he's doing
I'm
good.
into and I'm into it. And I have a guy who's on injured reserve. I've got Ezekiel Tovar, who I think is going to come back and play short. So like I
What's
made a
he hurt
move.
with?
I don't know. I mean, he's probably. I mean, I think I want to use a bad word. He's just such a P. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
yeah. I just don't think he wants to play for the Rockies. And I don't either. But like, you're a professional baseball player.
I like
That's
the
what I think.
Rockies. I'm
I
actually,
know you do.
before you even mentioned it, I had the Mariners athletics game on because I was busy in the late afternoon, so I missed the Dodger game and I wanted to come home and watch baseball.
Mm,
And I was like, what's the game I want to, like, what's the interesting game? And I was like, honestly, it's Seattle athletics. Like, those are the fun teams to watch right now.
totally agree with you. First of all, the Athletics are above 500. They're 19 and 16. That's well beyond what was expected. And the Mariners right now are really, really hot. Their hitters are
Yeah.
hitting. I'm totally into Julio Rodriguez. I'm into
He's not
Cal
hitting
Raleigh,
though.
dude. But he's doing stuff. He made some hits yesterday. Like a rising tide lifts all boats. It's not all on him, but he's playing better baseball.
I have him in my home league, my dynasty home league, and
Mm,
it's just like, I'm
frustrating.
thinking of trading him.
Well,
I'm
you might
trying to
get some
trade him for
value.
Gunnar Henderson or like packaging him to get Gunnar.
Interesting. Interesting.
Sometimes people just wear you down.
Oh,
Like
sure.
I've been
And
waiting for Julio to be the best player in baseball now for like 3 years, and I'm just like, I can't. I traded away DeGrom and Rodon last season.
hmm
because
Hmm.
they wore me down. And I
Yeah,
regret it a little
sure.
this year, but I'm just like, they wore me down.
Yeah, I completely
And now they're
understand.
both pitching well, but it is what it
Yeah,
is.
I I've had a similar situation um with Alex Bregman underperforming for a few years, but now I'm really into him. So yeah.
Same.
I like him in Boston. I really like that. I really like him in Boston.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we spoke earlier today and we took opposite sides of the game. You had the Brewers and I had the Astros. I
And I won.
lost. Yeah, congratulations. Did you feel really good about that win? You liked your I mean it was
I do. We keep talking about just bet on the better team, make the obvious choice. And when you're in the clouds of trying to figure out what that is, it's so unclear. But now looking back, I just go, yeah, the Brewers are better than the Astros. What
right,
was so complicated about that?
right. You're right.
And
You're
now
right.
I'm like, yeah, and so it's
I'm
so
overthinking with
interesting.
it's not like Tobias Myers is a he's a meaningful pitcher.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you
sorry,
know
go
what? The
ahead.
Brewers are better. And I
Right. No, I mean that's why I think you were just I'm questioning my position. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was a little tricky. It looked like the Astros had the better starter and Tobias is good, but we don't really know where he's at or who he is. Sort of another pitcher like Quintana or Severino we were just talking about off the
Well, we
thing.
should also the under also cashed, and you liked the under.
I almost did the under, right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and and the under was I think the under was a smart play. I just don't
Yeah.
enjoy unders because I'm a square dork.
Yeah.
I really hate rooting for nothing to happen. I don't find that to be an enjoyable way to watch baseball.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's
Unless
a
like it's a
scary bet.
great pitching matchup, like maybe that would be fun. It'd be fun to like look at two aces and take the under and just do it. I wonder who I'd meet for
Yeah.
that, but we'll see. Okay, so you won, I lost. You have $95 in total winnings, and I'm at 94. You have one more dollar than me. Congratulations.
Wow.
Great. Yeah, it's great.
Wow.
It's all it takes is one, man.
All right.
That's a that's a $30 swing right there.
There you go.
Okay. So here we go. So tomorrow is interesting. It's the night game. It's in Anaheim. The Angels are hosting the Blue Jays. It looks like the Blue Jays do not have a pitcher who's decided. The Angels are bringing up your guy, Tyler Anderson, and it's like minus
Love it.
110 each way. It's like even money. It's
Hmm.
even money for the Blue Jays to bring up nobody versus the Angels and Tyler Anderson.
Right.
Any thoughts? Anything you're looking at? I can share some information. If you want, but
You
I don't
go
know if you
first. If you've got info, go first.
the one piece of it. First of all, I don't love backing a team who we don't know who's pitching. I think it's too important to the bet. I
Okay.
do think that the Blue Jays are the better team than the Angels. I just do. So if we're going
Okay.
by that rationale, I'm going Blue Jays. Okay.
Okay.
Thirdly, the Angels have lost like seven of their last eight games. They beat the
Oh,
Detroit
really?
Tigers. They beat Detroit one time. If you look, I was just looking. It's like L. It's quite a long list. It's like 7 or 8 games.
Okay.
I like Tyler Anderson though, but I think I'm overthinking it, and I think I would just go Blue Jays. That's what I've got.
Okay. I am so not a fan of the Blue Jays.
Hmm.
I just don't understand their team. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I mean, Bichette, Guerrero, Santander, Springer, Alejandro Kirk is a pretty strong way to start. Santander's not hitting good at all. It looks like he's hitting like 180-ish.
Hmm.
Vladimir Guerrero hasn't really shown much power yet. Bichette is just kind of a P in my book. No offense. I'm sure you're cool, bro. I just like don't you
That's one of those guys who I had him as a keeper. He did nothing. I drafted him. He did nothing.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for Dante Bichette or Bo Bichette. Whoa. I've been waiting for Bo Bichette to be Bo Bichette for some time. It's been a couple years.
Yeah, I just feel like he's like a cooler Isaiah Connor Falefa. Like it's just like that's how you make me feel, Bo Bichette. I know you're
Hmm.
better than him, but that's how you make me feel.
Hmm.
It's tricky. The Angels also lost Trout, and
That's big.
now
That's
they're
right.
just like Here
in
we
free
go. And
fall.
now
Right.
they're not as good. They're the worst team. So, but we don't even know who's pitching for the
We
Blue
don't know who's
Jays.
pitching. Yeah, we don't know who's pitching for the Blue
Do we
Jays.
have any
It
guesses?
could be me, you know?
Who's
Well, we
pitching
could
for them?
guess. We could watch. We could guess. We could guess. Here's how we would look at see who last pitched for the Blue Jays and look at their depth chart. We could do that. We could do that. Um, Toronto, their last game, they lost to the Guardians 5-4. And who pitched? Bowden Francis, not great. And then the game before that, they lost, and Gossman pitched a gem, so he's not going. And then I believe it would
I
be
mean, it
Jose.
could be a,
My guess would
I,
be Barrios.
yeah, it could be a
Oh,
bullpen
Chris
game.
Bassett could be a bullpen
I don't
game.
think
You
it's
know,
going to
it
be
could.
Bassett.
It's not. I think it might be. It might be Barrios, and if it is, that's a lock for me. I love him. Love is strong.
Um,
Love is a strong word.
this is tough. I think I am
Oh,
going to.
okay. Go ahead. Sorry. Yeah.
I'm going to take the under
And what's the total?
9.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty high. I
And Tyler
like
Anderson is a good pitcher.
it's Tyler Anderson against a pretty weak Blue Jays team. And then
Like it.
if Tyler Anderson gives up 3 to 4 runs in 6 innings, and then the Angels kind of suck and they score 3 to 4 runs, we're under 9, baby.
The under is a good look, man.
If
I
both
want to say
teams
one
are
thing, but
yeah,
yeah. No, no,
if both
you
teams are going
finish
to
your thought.
score 4 runs,
Mm-hmm.
if both teams scored 4 runs tomorrow, I'd be like, yeah, that's about as good as they are. Um,
Five
yeah,
four would be a 5-4 would be a push. You get your money back.
yeah, I don't
Um,
know. I'm not committing to that, but that's where I'm
that's where
ruminating. What are
okay.
you
So
thinking?
here's the other thing I'm thinking. I'm just looking at Tyler Anderson. Last couple games at Seattle, he gave up 3 runs versus Pittsburgh. He gave up 3 runs. Yeah, dude, he has not given up more than 3 runs all season.
I
Now
mean,
the
and now
other
he's against a pretty soft team.
well, here's the one thing I'll say. If I'm a Toronto Blue Jay and I've been just playing in Cleveland and I'm in Toronto and I get to come to California for the first time, I'm kind of and I didn't have a game today. I that's why it's not about the total. I want to bet on Toronto and California. Like, I mean, Vlad Guerrero Jr., his dad played here. Maybe he's a little homecoming kind of situation. Who knows what he's got going on here?
Hmm.
I I like Toronto coming to California and get some like fresh blood off a loss. And I don't know who's going to win the game for the Angels, even though I like Tyler Anderson.
Yeah. Well, I do like that the run line is Blue Jays -1.5, and you
Uh
get
huh.
+150.
Ooh, that's a
So
nice bet.
yeah, so for a game that seems oddly confusing,
Yeah,
you do get that.
that's a nice plus 150 on an away team who's loose. The only problem is that Tyler Anderson has not given up more than 3 runs this year. And I don't
Yeah.
know who's pitching for the Blue Jays. Wow, plus
Mm.
150. So yeah, I'm sticking with my position with the no-name pitcher, be it the opener or hopefully Barrios and Toronto, and a warmed-up Toronto team against Anaheim, against the Angels. And I really think, I mean, that's what I'll say. I like your under position a lot. I could potentially parlay it. What about the
Oh,
under with Toronto?
okay, here's the thing that I just remembered and I confirmed on ChatGPT.
Hmm.
The Blue Jays have a really crappy bullpen, and this is going to be a bullpen game for them in some facet or the other. So it's a bullpen game with a bad bullpen and an okay team against a team with a bad offense. But you know what? Oh, Hoppy's playing very well. Jorge
Yeah.
Soler can show up whenever. They have what's his face? Who's their other guy?
I mean,
Benji. Angels
They
have?
got Nolan Shanuel,
No,
and
not
oh, you
Galoff.
mean
What's
like
his
good?
bats?
Oh. Yeah, Zach Neto.
Yeah, Zach Neto.
Is that who you're
Yeah,
talking about?
dude.
Or Renigio?
Okay, I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm taking the Angels money line.
Angels at home. Tyler Anderson.
Yeah.
Awful loss.
I look at it like this. I think ultimately the Blue Jays have an edge on bats, but their bats are struggling. It's not like, oh, like Vlad's raking and Bichette's raking and Tony Taters is raking. They're not raking.
Hmm.
And the fact that Anderson is a solid pitcher and the Blue Jays bullpen has such a low floor, they might totally eat Kaka.
Right.
So, yeah, I feel I feel I'm going to take the Angels money line.
Okay.
And there's a reason it's even.
Ooh, what's the Angels' record at home? What
Great
the
question.
let's see what their home record is, and I wonder what the Blue Jays record is on the road. I mean, we have to get this. There's a lot of ins and outs to this wager, especially because there's no pay. This is really
They're
degenerate
6
shit.
and 7 at home. They're better at home. And
They're 6 and 7 at home.
7 and 13 away. They're a bad team. They're the worst team in the AL West.
Toronto is 5-10 away. Toronto is 5-10 on the road. Oh, this game stinks. This game
Yeah,
is a this game is a pass for me, is what this game is.
I'm taking the Angels, dude.
Okay, you're taking the Angels, dude.
I
Mm,
feel, and you want to hear this? I
hmm.
actually feel good about it.
Well, I mean, you've got Tyler Anderson on the mound.
Yeah, but you know what? I also think maybe Neto will show up. I think Soler is good. I think they're scrappy in their own freaky way, and
Does it say anything to you that I looked on? Maybe there'll be a sponsor of ours, but I like. You ever look at Game Day? I really like getting tickets on Game Day. I think it's a great site. You can get tickets for $2 to this game.
oh
Nobody's
really?
nobody's going to this game. Yeah, who wants to see the Blue Jays play the Angels on a Tuesday?
Honestly, dude, if my wife wasn't 8.3 months pregnant, I would.
Yeah,
If I didn't have any
I'd go
obligations
too.
and I could hire
Right.
an Uber to take me back and forth,
Sure.
I didn't have to do the drive, I'd love to go.
Sure. Sure. Sure.
Driving
Sure.
is what makes that stuff suck, but I'll go to a baseball game every day.
Sure. I hear you. I mean, I agree, and I would see it too. I think we're going to go up against each other again. I think I'm going to take the Blue Jays just for argument's sake.
Okay, I mean, I think it's fair. Technically, they do have the better offense, but I look at it like the difference between Angels pitching and Blue Jays pitching tomorrow is greater than the Angels below average offense and the Blue Jays above average offense that's playing kind of average.
Yeah. Oh, I don't like this one bit. Okay, I don't like it
Yeah,
one bit. I don't like it
yeah.
one bit. That's the truth. I don't like it one bit. But you know, um, I really don't like. I don't like not knowing who the pitcher is. I wouldn't put real life money on this game right now. Okay, I'm
No?
putting our proverbial. I don't think so. Not yet. Not yet. Until I see who the pitcher is. But I'm gonna. But for the purposes of our contest here, for the premise of this show, I'm gonna take the Blue Jays tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
Hold
Good
on,
luck.
hold on.
Oh,
Wait, am I changing my mind? Am I changing my mind? Uh-oh. Yeah. Guerrero is hitting 545 against Tyler Anderson.
now we're talking. See, these are the. This is what we need. That's the
Bichette
stat
is
I
hitting
needed.
750.
Ooh, ooh. At even money.
And
Where are you getting this from? Where is this?
this is just when you click on the preview in the
Uh,
MLB app.
oh, I love that.
Um, Frick.
Oh, I
Dalton
love that.
Varshaw's hitting 583.
Dalton Varsho's been all right. Yeah, dude.
Okay, if that's the
Yeah,
case, if that's the case, I'm taking
you're
the
doing the money
over.
line. Oh, you're the over 9.
Yeah, I'm taking the
I
over.
thought you were gonna tell me run line. I want to do run line plus 15. If Vlad Guerrero's hitting 545 against this guy, and we only need 2 runs,
If that means if Tyler Anderson has his worst start tomorrow of the year against this team that hits him and lets
right?
up 5 runs, I think the Angels can. I think the Angels, the Blue Jays. This
That's
is
why you
what
like the total because
ChatGPT says about their bullpen. The Toronto Blue Jays bullpen faced significant challenges during the 20. Oh, hold on.
is it
I
not
hold on.
2025?
Yeah, hold on. But
Are
I
they still
know I
talking
know
about
they're
Nate
struggling.
Pearson? Yeah, they are struggling. We can't name. I can't name much of the Blue Jays bullpen right now. Jordan Romano's in Philadelphia blowing games. Uh, I like Nate Pearson. I think he's a Cub. I don't know who's pitching for the Blue Jays at the end of their games right now. This is going to be our longest episode.
Yeah, it's
It's
we're
fine.
meandering too.
Look, it's just interesting. I mean, I just didn't think much of this Angels Blue Jays game. It's a real humdinger.
I'm taking the over.
Okay, so you're at over 9, and I'm on the Blue Jays.
Yeah,
Okay, great,
yeah,
great. Well, good luck us. Good luck us.
yeah,
I do like doing something betting on. If I were in a like a daily fantasy league, I would want to start Vladimir Guerrero tomorrow. I think you can get a good
yeah.
price for. I think I can get a good price for him, and we don't, and people don't know. But I like that. I like Guerrero in LA or
Get
in
on
Anaheim.
DraftKings. Get on
Okay,
DraftKings.
maybe they'll sponsor us too. We have 6 viewers, DraftKings. Okay,
Once we really get going, maybe we wear silly hats and that's our thing.
fine, whatever it takes.
That was such
Whatever
an
it
easy
takes.
sell.
I'm very for sale right now, Benji. Yeah, I'm willing to learn. Okay.
Awesome.
All right. Have a great night. Thanks. Good to see you.
Good to see you.